We're going to show you how to turn this into this. And you'll be amazed how easy it really is. First thing you're going to need is, of course, the meat. I've chosen bone-in pork chops. These are very large, and I'm going to cut those into pieces because I'll be tenderizing the meat today. You're going to need a tenderizer so that you can tenderize the meat. Very important. And you'll need, of course, a knife, such as a steak knife, for cutting the meat. And you'll need a plate. Then this is what we'll put all of the meat on when we're done, just before the breading process, which Anthony is, of course, going to help me out with. Okay, Anthony, thank you for helping me today. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
What we want to do, since these are really huge pork chops, I'll just show one to the audience. These are very big. They're fat and they're huge. So we want to basically just cut off a piece of that we can use to make a whole separate boneless fillet. And so we'll have some will have bones and some will not. So just go down and cut diagonally like that and cut this fillet. It's going to be really good. These will be pretty big. We'll make 2 from each pork chop at least. Okay, and you can put those back on the plate for now. We'll want to do that with the other ones as well.
So what is the proper way to tenderize a piece of beef?
You're going to want to work from this end here and work your way to the other side. So put your thumb on this end here and just really slam down on it. Good. Okay, now let's show them how it looks. You see how it has all the impressions, all the indentations, everything. Flip it over, that's the smooth side. These indentations are great. This is what's going to help us it's going to make the breading cling to the meat. So it's really going to be awesome that when that starts to take shape and it gets to where it's supposed to be. You want it to be very flat. And Anthony, you're doing a great job because you're really making it nice and flat. Okay, well, we are ready to start breading them, but we'll get you started first with the base, which is going to be egg, and we only want to really use just one egg. You'll be amazed at how far you can stretch one egg out in there. So yeah, go ahead and crack an egg in there.
There we go.
About 1.5 cups of milk in with 1 egg. And then just mix that up as much as you can. Get it all blended together. This is what it's going to look like. Pretty much you're going to have
like a
little bit of a frothiness to the top of it. And what this is it's kind of it's a dip, really. Now we want to take 2 cups of flour. And we want to put that in a bowl. Our first coating. That's going to be our first coating. Some garlic salt in there. To taste, you know, generally I like to put at least 1/2 teaspoon, maybe a teaspoonful.
Okay.
But I'll put a little bit here and I'll add some to the other. So I'll split it up, maybe 1/2 teaspoon in here and 1/2 teaspoon in the next one that I want to make.
Okay.
You want to put some paprika in there. That'll give it some extra flavor as well. And that, again, you could use 1/2 teaspoon.
So basically 1/2 teaspoon for almost all the spices.
1/2 teaspoon of this, garlic salt, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. And with the pepper, the same.
Same?
Yeah, you could do 1/2 teaspoon in there. Because this is breading. It's not going to, it's not like the entire thing is going to be covered in all these spices. Okay, but now we've got that. We want to mix it up, and mix it up, and mix it, and mix it, and mix it up. It's completely optional, but you can actually use clove dust, not cloves. Do not use the entire clove, but you can take the dust from the clove bottle. And you can also add it to the oil that you're cooking with, and that will give it more flavor as well. So never underestimate the power of the clove. Mix it and mix it and mix it up. We want to mix up the flour, the pepper, the garlic salt, the paprika, and just kind of, you know, blend it in together in the bowl. Now we'll start working on the second coat. This is what's going to make your pork chops extra crispy, okay? Extra crispy country pork chops. It's the breadcrumbs. Yeah. Gotta have breadcrumbs. I recommend about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of breadcrumbs, really. Okay. You know, my recipe, I only use breadcrumbs for 1 coating, but some people like to double coat on their breadcrumbs, which is something that can easily be done. I find that a bit excessive. I think this is just perfect. So about 1.5 to 2 cups of breadcrumbs you want to put in the big bowl there. And these breadcrumbs do come with some parsley, but I have some more parsley as well. And the more parsley, the better when you're frying something, in my opinion. I think it gives it a really nice flavor, and it's a nice aroma. It helps cancel out that burnt oil smell that sometimes is left over when you fry something in your house. Oh. This, I think this helps kind of relieve some of that burnt oil smell.
So about a teaspoon, about it, or a tablespoon?
You know, I put about a tablespoon of that in there, parsley in there.
Okay.
Yeah, love the parsley. Why not? And it's pretty as well. So, and then you want to go with more garlic salt. Again, you know, another 1/2 teaspoon of garlic salt in here. A little bit more is not going to hurt anybody. And then, of course, paprika. In this case, it will give it also some nice color. So again, at least another 1/2 teaspoon to 1 teaspoon to taste, whatever you prefer. And some pepper. Start with 1 piece of meat. Just pick up a piece, yeah. Dip.
Dip. Put it here.
Yeah. Now what you want to do, this is your dipping hand. This is your hand for breading. Okay. You want to take your breading hand and you want to scoop it up and scoop it around on top of it. You want to scoop the flour up from below it and put it on top of it.
So kind of like scooping it onto it.
Let me show the audience. You take this meat out of the egg and you put it on top. You want to scoop underneath of it and get that flour and put it on top. You want to make sure that this is completely covered in flour. When you shake it, it should be covered in flour. Now we want to dip it one more time. Dip. This is your dipping hand. You're always going to use that because the egg is going to be on your hand. Okay. Okay, now we're going to take this, that it's been dipped, it's been put in flour, it's been dipped again, and now we're going to put in the breadcrumbs. And in the breadcrumbs, we want to pick up the breadcrumbs with our breading hand, and you want to just cover it up with breadcrumbs. Basically, completely cover it in breadcrumbs, and so that it's nice and breaded. And this is going to be absolutely delicious when it is fried up and ready to eat. And that's basically what it looks like before you cook it. So anyway, I think that you're doing an excellent job. I think the next step is to fry these, obviously, and I think that should be no problem for you. You've seen me doing this ever since you were a child. Yeah. The main reason I wanted to do this type of video series is so that I can leave behind all my recipes for you and your brother. Someday I'll be dead, and that's a fact. And when I am, you're going to miss my home cooking. And when you do, I would like for you to be able to turn on a video and cook right along with me. So that's my hope, is that someday you will actually be watching this video, and then you'll get it. You'll really get it. This kid has no idea what he's doing. I don't know why I invited him to do this video with me. Am I crazy? I'm kidding. Okay, so basically what we've done here is we filled this pan about, 1/3 of the way up. We don't want to fill it too much because when it gets hot it can bubble over and we don't want to get splashed on or start a fire. So about 1/3 of the way in a pan that's probably about 1.5 inches deep.